My name is Nathan. I'm a recent graduate from University of Sussex. I graduated in game development. So I got into VR like 3 months ago with my friend. And then when I spoke to Adam, it just kind of developed and I started learning this. So I would say not to put too much expectation on this presentation. It's more of an idea type of stuff they've been working on. But yeah, we guys enjoyed it. So yeah. Initially, this presentation was more on the medical suturing and stuff, but we've been developing this more and more, and developing this idea more. So we've just expanded a little bit more. So yeah, this is one of the use cases that we're currently working towards, which is reimagining a career fair with VR tech, and yeah. So we've looked at we've done a lot of research on career fairs, and I work in marketing for Brighton Met. So I've done a lot of career fairs. I've seen how it works and what doesn't work. So one of the things that we've noticed is in every 150 and 200 career fairs that they've used, they are hosted annually across the UK by universities, recruitment platforms, and private organizations. Oftentimes it's very traditional. You hand in a CV, you don't even know what you're doing. And the recruiter looks at you like you're crazy, you just submitted a CV to them, like, what do you want me to do with this? I'm a front-end developer company. You just handed me a CV for marketing, and it doesn't really align. So it's just kind of that miscommunication. And it costs a lot of money as well to do a lot of these, UCAS events. So it costs like 10 to 15K to do, just graphic designs, putting up these banners, posters, It's a major investment for recruiters trying to seek graduate talent. And they don't bring in a lot of numbers as well. They bring in on average of 2,000 to 6,000 of students per event, although they offer strong visibility for employers, but there's limited personalization engagement opportunities. So looking more deeply into the graduate skills gap, there's a lot of wasted potential in the workforce, especially in the UK. We estimated an estimate of 1 million graduates emerging across UK every single year. So that's a lot of undergraduate students. I think the average of 465K, I've written it down there. And 45% of these UK employers says graduates lack the skills needed, because you can only learn so much from theory and all these sort of classes and uni assignments. You don't really get the real world work experience. And graduates lose up to 40 to 50% of practical and technical skills. That's almost half of the skills that you can't retain after you graduate. So 58% of graduates are also working in jobs that are non-graduate roles. I'm the most prominent example. I graduated in game development, but I'm currently working in marketing, so it doesn't really align, and it often happens everywhere across career fairs as well. So how do we help recruiters get the perfect candidate? We reimagine the career fairs. We go back to the drawing board, and we reimagine career fairs with VR, where talent is experienced, not just interviewed. So we transform career fairs into interactive, skill-driven ecosystem where experience is the new resume. Each student leaves behind a data-driven skills signature, capturing performance, creativity, and potential in real time. So essentially what this means is we're trying to, every career fair, you want to create a skills hub for them. So for example, in a career fairs, you have a lot of other companies. You have engineering, media companies. So we create like engineering hubs, creative hubs for students to engage with them and get a sense of what they're going to do in real life and when they're going to enter the workforce. So we revolutionize career fairs with VR and haptic technology. Here's what separates us from every other VR tech startup that has been going on for the past couple of years. We understand that learning all this construction and all this medical suturing, you really need that immersive experience as well. So using a VR controller, you're not going to get that really immersive experience. And you can't really do that needle suturing and needling and all that sort of stuff. So we developed this custom haptic glove that gives the students the chance to experience it how surgeons would experience it in the surgery room. So we redefine engagement with career hubs as well. We make it interactive with skill arenas, where students explore industry challenges, solve problems in 3D space, and connect directly with employers. This gives them a conversation to speak with recruiters as well, so that when a student approaches a recruiter, they know what they're talking and they know what they want to expect from the recruiters as well. So it also showcase real achievements, earn verified digital badges from VR experience, which can be set on LinkedIn to highlight their skills, drive, and industry readiness. But what about the recruiters? What do they get out of this? So it measures what matters to them. Recruiters can access detailed insights on booth engagements, badge achievements, and also recruiters can get the conversion rates, creating an evidence-based feedback loop to optimize future hiring and event strategies. So we give them an email, like give them a CRM of how all these students engage with all these VR challenges. And when they do, it gives them a clearer picture of what kind of perfect candidate that they are looking for as well. And it also gives a chance for the students to showcase their drive of wanting to enter the workforce within that specific company as well. So we give them a smarter, easier conversations, engage with candidates who have already demonstrated their skills in VR, leading to more meaningful and efficient interviews as well. And also expanded reach through industry partnerships. Each hub is developed in collaboration with reputable industry leaders, giving recruiters access to highly relevant, pre-qualified talent pools. So how do we keep students engaged? We gamify the immersive experience as well. Leaderboards and skill streaks. Students earn points, skill badges, and mastery streak, dividing friendly competitions and continuous skills improvement across disciplines. We give them motivations as well, because if they earn all these LinkedIn badges, they can post it online and show recruiters that they want to work within the workforce that they want to be in. For example, engineering, the IT sector is very saturated right now, especially in the UK. So this will set them apart from other candidates as well, other than just looking at their portfolio, or looking at their skill sets, those sort of stuff as well. Real-time feedback and improvement as well. When students experience this via hubs, they know what they're lacking in and what their strength is as well. So they can learn, and when they go home, they'll learn how to perfect their weaknesses and also strengthen their strengths as well. And also realistic and dynamic scenarios, engage in industry-specific simulations. So we're trying to get partners from prominent industries in the sector, like such as Shell, Deloitte, and UAL for all these sectors, to keep them specific and also give the simulations more of a credibility as well, and to mirror real-world challenges as well. Yeah, this is the partner part. So I got through all the boring part. Here's time to show you the tech as well. So for the VR tech, for the software, we're building it using Unity XR Toolkit, Evolvent XR integration, ensuring cross-compatibility with major VR headsets like MetaQuest, because we're currently developing this in MetaQuest 3S, so we want to make sure that not only it works in MetaQuest, we want it to work in any other VR headsets as well, if we were to scale this going forward. So this is the most interesting part for me. We've done a lot of trial and errors on this. We've gone back and forth to the drawing board. So this is kind of the general stuff with the idea of this haptic glove. We've developed this in collaboration with Monash University in Malaysia, because one of my other co-founders, he is currently in Malaysia and he does most of the hardware stuff. He graduated in electronics engineering, so he's currently doing a master's in computer science as well. So he has that very deep connection with Monash, and we are trying to work together with them to develop this haptic glove as well. So this haptic glove is built by ESP32-based haptic gloves. We are currently experimenting with battery integration, or wireless setup, or hardware balancing, because we don't want it to be too overpowered, and we don't want it to not work on mid-tier PCs, or only work on high-end PCs, those sort of stuff as well. So you optimize the sensor placement and density for accurate, low latency tactile feedback. This is one of the current problems we've been facing as well, because we understand that when you're doing medical needling and suturing, you want that tension feedback when you pull the needle and when you stitch the wound up. But when it comes to creative stuff, you want that vibration when you draw the 3D art and 3D modeling as well. So it's kind of a back and forth on figuring out what works best for us as well. So this project that we're currently working on, Haptic Gloves, is funded by CREST, which is a collaborative research in engineering, science, and technology in Malaysia. This is kind of the schematics that we've kind of based it on. So this is the glove. So we have the forefinger where all the fabric shrink sensors is. And how we quantify data and how we translate data is we monitor them through a graph, which I'll show you in a couple of seconds. So this is kind of the video of the haptic glove that we're currently developing. Yeah. So if you look at the screen, that's most of the graphs that we're detecting and quantifying the data on. So we're trying to convert this to the VR software, but that's a very big task for us. So we're just working towards that as well at the moment. But yeah, so this is kind of the haptic glove that we're building towards. So this kind of the sort of finger movements that we're working towards to just get the fundamentals of the thing, and we can start using it for VR combat-ready headsets. So we do a couple of finger movements, and we detected that when we use certain graph charts and we detect them using certain hand movements, we detect the spikes, and we can quantify them and translate these data into the VR headsets and VR software as well. That is the biggest challenges for us, because Unity VR, it's not easy to integrate all this type of data into it, and it's a learning process for me, and going back and forth as well, because I'm the one working on the VR software. It's just a learning process for me, so because I'm kind of new to all of this sort of stuff as well. So what's next for us? So we've currently entered a couple of pitching competitions and idea competitions as well. So one of the current competitions that we're currently in is we are top 40 finalists in the TalentBank Boardroom Challenge, where we are working with a career and event management company to deliver a more immersive career fairs as well. So this really aligns with what we are doing. And one of the most recently competitions that we've just entered is a Sparks competition, which is kind of the similar thing as well, but it's more geared towards the UK industry, whereas TalentBank is more geared towards the Malaysia industry. And this is kind of me and my co-founder. So I'm the guy that's working on the VR software, and he's the guy, my co-founder, Nigel Tan. He's the guy that's working on the hardware and the haptic glove as well. There you go.